Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community post. You already know the vibes, man. It's Wednesday. You already know what that means. It's time for your AEW Dynamite review. And before we get to the review, man, there was some, I guess you can say, late breaking news on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, from our fearless leader Tony Khan, the CEO, the owner, blah blah blah. He pretty much said that this Saturday on Full Gear, there is going to be a new signing, and it's somebody that's virtually loved and respected by the AEW Galaxy. So there's no real telling who this person is. Now, there was a whole bunch of WWE releases, but none of those will be available in time for Full Gear. And a lot of people were saying, well, maybe it's Will Ospreay. And I'm like, no, I think he's still under contract with New Japan. So I'm thinking it's Mercedes Moné. Me personally, I think that's who it is. Now, we went through this in January. We had the whole mystery partner for the tag team match, and it turned out to be, a big bust. A lot of people were thinking it was going to be Mercedes Moné then. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be Mercedes Moné this time, because I can't really think of anybody else who would warrant this kind of, rollout for Tony Khan and for AEW to be announced at Full Gear, to have their live contract signing. So who knows who it's going to be. Speaking of new signees, it has been made official at the end of the show that Kota Ibushi is officially All Elite. He's officially with AEW now. We're going to get into him a little bit more in the video, but big announcement, big things go on with the world of AEW. But let's kick it off with a tag team match between the Blackpool Combat Club taking on the team of Hook and Orange Cassidy. And this match was crazy. It was crazy from jump, because the BCC, they're making their entrance, and Hook and Orange Cassidy, they come into the crowd and they start putting hands and feet on Jon Moxley and Will Yuta. They're fighting before the bell even rings. They're fighting after the bell rings. It was just a crazy match, man. The BCC ended up getting the win, but the thing that you keep seeing from Orange Cassidy is that more vicious side. He does the thing where he puts his hands in his pockets and he's doing the lazy kicks. But as he's kicking Jon Moxley, he gets more intense. He's kicking harder and harder. He's laying these kicks in. So, the fact that he's the international champion once again, the fact that he just really hates Jon Moxley, he really wants to beat him, is really amping up that intensity, that aggression for Orange Cassidy. But it just wasn't enough in this go around. Will Yuta ended up winning with the seatbelt on Hook. And then after the match, he had Jon Moxley cutting a promo on Orange Cassidy. He pretty much said, man, you ain't nothing, you ain't shit. And this Saturday at Full Gear, I'm going to grind you up and chew you up and spit you out and take that international championship back. And then you see Orange Cassidy sitting on the outside with his championship. He's looking a little bit dejected, because he hit Jon Moxley with orange punches, and he's laying in all of his best work, but it wasn't enough, man. Jon Moxley was eating these for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So who knows how Orange Cassidy is gonna beat Jon Moxley, if he can beat Jon Moxley. And that's the big story going into the match. So after this, we had the face-to-face between Swerve and Hangman. And Tony Schiavone said that these two can't get physical, because if they do, they will be suspended for the rest of the year, and the match at Full Gear will be called off. So, no physicality between Swerve and Hangman. And then you have Hangman come out, and he just walks straight to the ring. He's no nonsense. He doesn't give Swerve a chance to speak at all. And Hangman proceeds to roast the ever-loving life out of Swerve, and I wasn't really expecting this. Hangman came out and said that he called Swerve a dumbass. He said he's an even bigger dumbass since he got fired from the WWE 2 years ago. He's talking about how his fiance left him and how his kids don't like him. He said he ain't shit. And I'm like, yo, Hangman, calm down. Don't cook this man like this. You don't have to do this man like this, Hangman. And Hangman, he really reminded me of the Hangman I've wanted to see when he was AEW champion. This is the type of Hangman I've been wanting to see for the longest time. Not the, I miss my friend, I need a drink. No, fuck that. I want to see cowboy shit. I want to see Hangman talking shit. This is what I want to see from Hangman Adam Page. And like I said, there was no physicality between Swerve and Hangman, but that didn't say anything about Hangman putting hands on Prince Nana. So Hangman starts beating up Prince Nana. Security gets involved. Swerve and Nana get out of the ring. But Hangman, he's fired up. He's turned up. He's cursing and spitting all over the place. And I'm like, let's go. This is going to be the match of the night for me. I feel like that's going to be the Swerve Hangman Texas Death Match is probably going to be the best match on the card. I feel like it's probably going to be the match of the night. Probably contender for match of the year. But this is the type of intensity I've been wanting to see from Hangman ever since Swerve broke into this man's house. This is it, man. More of this, please. And I'm looking at Hangman like, yo, man, it might be time to put that title back on Hangman. I'm just saying. So after this, we had a backstage segment from the Kingdom along with Roderick Strong, and they're calling Adam Cole. He's like, Adam. Roddy says he knows exactly who the devil is. He's figured it out. He's cracked the case. He's calling Adam Cole. Adam Cole's growing his beard out. He doesn't care about anything right now. And Roddy's like, yo, MJF is the devil. And Adam Cole doesn't seem like he cares at all. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. He's just pretty much tired of Roderick Strong. Adam Cole wants to be at home. He wants to get better from this ankle surgery. He just wants to play video games, man. Leave him alone, Roddy. So after this, we get the one woman's match. But it was a good one, and this was to determine the final spot in the triple threat match to see who faces Chris Statlander. You already had Julia Hart qualify. She beat Willow. And my only issue with this match is I feel like it should have been a fatal 4-way from jump. Like, all 4 of the women involved, Chris Statlander, Willow, Julia, and Sky Blue. Spoiler alert, Sky Blue wins the match. So that's who's going to be in the final person in the triple threat. But I feel like this really should have been a fatal 4-way because all 4 of these women have been involved in this storyline with the Black Mist and the TBS Championship. They should have just made it a fatal 4-way from jump. But for whatever reason, it's going to be a triple threat match between Sky Blue, Julia Hart, and Chris Statlander for the TBS Championship. The match between Red Velvet and Sky Blue was pretty good, man. But yeah, I feel like it should have been a fatal 4-way, but whatever, man. It is what it is. So after this, we had a pre-tape segment from Miro. He's talking about how he wants to beat up Daniel Garcia for trying to, do the dance with his wife and making his wife do the dance. And his wife's, he's saying a whole bunch of words about redeeming and his wife's a horrible person and blah, blah, blah. So this Friday at Collision, on Collision, is going to be Daniel Garcia versus Miro. So, but after this, we had the meeting, the introduction of Mariah May meeting for the very first time Toni Storm, and she's talking to Toni Storm. She's saying how much she's a fan, and Toni Storm really doesn't care. She doesn't really give a damn. Like, she's just really focused on herself and the championship match at Full Gear. So, Toni Storm tells Luther that she wants a tune-up match, and this Friday on Collision or Rampage or whatever the fuck it is, it's gonna be Toni Storm taking on Emi Sakura. So after this, we had a Samoa Joe squash match. I don't even know what the dude's name was, but it was pretty much a squash match, showcasing Samoa Joe. There was even one spot where the dude, I apologize, I'm blanked on his name. He goes to dive off the top rope and Samoa Joe moves out the way. But as this is happening, the guy's looking at Samoa Joe like, bro, what the hell? And it was a pretty cool visual. But after this, Samoa Joe cuts a promo and says, like, he's Samoa Joe. He wants the AEW championship, but he is advising Max to take him up on his offer, to be his tag team partner at Full Gear to face the Ass Boys. So will MJF, wise up and pick Samoa Joe as his partner, or will he go on his own? I don't know. So after this, we have the Young Bucks, who are officially bad guys now, taking on the brand new tag team of Commander and Penta El Zero Miedo. And this is exactly what you expected. You have a Lucha Tag Team taking on the Young Bucks. So you already know it's going to be flips and dives and shenanigans, but it's going to be a whole lot of fun as well. And there was even one spot during the match where I think it was Nick Jackson hit 2 low blows on Commander and Penta. So they're kind of going more heelish, you know, acting like bad guys and being prickish. And there was even a spot after the match where, you know, the Young Bucks were offered the handshake from the Lucha cousins. They're not brothers, but they're like cousins or whatever. So the Young Bucks declined, but they shake each other's hands, so they have sportsmanship with each other. You even had more from the Young Bucks because they had a backstage segment where they're talking, but then they get confronted by Kenny Omega, and Kenny's like, "Listen, what are you guys doing? What? This is what we're doing now?" And the Young Bucks, they're being real sassy, and they're saying that their beef isn't with Kenny. They just don't like Chris Jericho. And then Chris Jericho pulls up and it's like, "I don't like you guys either, and we're gonna beat you guys at Full Gear," and blah blah blah. And then they start fighting, they start tussling, and I think there's kind of like a reference to the whole CM Punk Elite Brawl brouhaha whatever. So yeah. so it's there's that, man. There's that. We had another squash match. The Ass Boys fight a tag team. I don't even know who they are, but they beat them on like under 30 seconds. And, you know, they're looking strong going into their tag team match against MJF and whoever MJF can find. Speaking of MJF, we had Wardlow, man. Wardlow was still mad. He's swearing vengeance. He wants revenge on MJF. And he said he's going to make the devil his bitch. And, you know, after the promo, you had it cut to the man or the person in the devil mask. So, I have no idea who this devil is. I don't know if it's Adam Cole. I don't know if it's Wardlow. I don't know if it's Jungle Boy. I don't know if it's Cardblade. It could be anybody at this point. But they are doing a pretty decent job of holding my interest in not only Wardlow, but, you know, everyone that wants to get their hands on MJF, as well as the devil. So, you know, hopefully, man, we found out who the devil is at Full Gear, because I don't know how much longer they can stretch this shit out, man. Just I don't know. But, you know, I'm with it. Now we have the big street fight between the Don Callis family and the brand spanking new tag team of the Big Golden Jet Lovers, or whatever the fuck they're called. So, listen, Big Show, I love you, man. You're a legend, Hall of Famer, blah blah blah. There was absolutely no reason why the Big Show had to be in this match, outside of the fact that he chokeslammed, I think it was Kyle Fletcher, off the stage through some tables. And the fact that Powerhouse Hobbs picked this man up, slammed him through a car, and after this you didn't see the Big Show anymore. So I'm like, although the spot was cool, the whole Powerhouse Hobbs slam through the car spot was pretty cool, there was absolutely positively no point in the Big Show being in this match at all. He served no purpose. There was no need for him, man. There was no need for him. Like, you had the other people in the match, you know, doing fun spots. Like, you had pallets and tables. There was a spot where Kota Ibushi rode a bicycle and was hitting people with pipes. You had Takeshita doing dives off the top of a beer cart, and he got hit with the fire extinguisher from Chris Jericho. You had Brian Cage hitting suplexes from the inside of the ring to the outside through tables. Man, you even had Kyle Fletcher hitting tombstone pile drivers through chairs and Chinese signs or whatever. So, outside of the Big Show just being absolutely useless, this match was really fun. It was a whole lot of fun. The good guys won. The Golden Big Jet Lovers won the match because Kenny Omega hit the one-wing edge on Brian Cage. So, I'm not too mad with the outcome, because Powerhouse Hobbs, Takeshita, nor, you know, and Kyle Fletcher were involved in being pinned. It was Brian Cage. It was an overall fun match, and this is going to lead us into Full Gear with the Golden Jets taking on the Young Bucks, and the Elite Civil War continues. Cool. But now we have the main event segment. We have MJF coming out, and he's addressing, you know, Jay White, and he's addressing all his ops and his enemies and whatever, and he's saying, listen, he's saying he's scared, he's a little nervous about letting down Adam Cole and the Acclaimed and all his fans, you know, because he feels like anybody that gets involved with him ends up getting hurt, whether it's Adam Cole or the Acclaimed, and he doesn't want to let the people down. He's nervous, he's scared, but he's still going to keep fighting. He's going to get his championship back. He's going to beat Jay White. And as MJF is talking, Jay White comes out, and he said, listen, Max, You don't give a damn about these people. You're gonna lose. You ain't shit. And he said if you ain't down with that, he's got 2 words for you: get them. And then the Bullet Club come out and they beat up MJF. Jay White hits the Blade Runner on MJF. And that's pretty much how the show ends with, the Bang Bang Gang standing tall. And Cardway was there too. He's very proud of his Bullet Club brethren. And they're standing tall. Jay White still has the AEW Championship. And as this is happening, you have Samoa Joe in the back watching on. And I'm assuming he's just watching the TV because he's waiting for Young Sheldon to come on after the show. So with that being said, man, Dynamite was an overall fun show. Was it? I mean, technically Collision will be the go-home show, but as far as, this building up hype and intrigue for the pay-per-view, it was okay. The best part was clearly the Hangman Swerve segment, along with the big video game match. I feel like the closing segment with the Bullet Club and MJF, it was kind of underwhelming, just a little bit, because I was expecting... I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting, the Devil and his crew to come out and, possibly help MJF and, have more questions and answers or whatever, but that wasn't the case. But, it is what it is. Dynamite was an overall fun show. We have 2 back-to-back Dynamites that were good and fun shows, so it gets the honorary W this week. But with that being said, man, what did you guys think about Dynamite? Are you excited for Full Gear? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Peace. I'm out. Peace.